Maybe you have never thought about this question, but here it goes, that you may think about it because it's an important question, because it speaks about you and your life and also about your death. The question is, in whose interest is it that people don't believe in God? Who is interested in this? You see today in the world a movement to eradicate God from society, a movement to ridicule faith, especially Christian faith. Quite interesting because not other faiths, but specifically the Christian faith. It seems that there's an organized, orchestrated work, especially from media and society in general, to remove God from people's lives. And a school in the middle of São Paulo issued an order to teachers to not speak about God. Nothing that has to do with God. Not even God bless you. The teachers cannot say, for example, at the end of the class, at the end of the day, God bless you. They cannot. In other words, there's an effort to remove God from people's lives. So the question, it's important. In whose interest is it that people don't believe in God? Let's think about it. Obviously, the first person is the devil. The devil, God's archenemy, does not want people to believe in him. He works that people may believe that neither the devil nor God exist, because if they think like this, they won't respect God. And if they believe that the devil does not exist, they won't be afraid of him. So it's interesting to devil that people may live disbelieving God and the devil. Like this, he's free to work. He's the one who is most interested on that, and he knows that people by nature want to believe in God because God placed in humans' heart eternity. Everybody at some point of their lives, they want something else. They ask, is this what life is about? If it's only this, if we only live this life and after we die, everything's over, what is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of things? In other words, human beings always have these questions with them because God himself placed in them this thirst to know their creator. Knowing of this thirst to know who God is, he replaces faith in God, the true God, for false gods. And what is a false god? Anything that the person idolizes or places as the first in their lives. So the devil promotes these types of idolatry. Recently, we learned about the case of a young woman, an adolescent, who is beginning, in her beginning of faith. She started to know God, to come to church, to learn more about God, but she spoke about a difficulty, the greatest that she has. What was it? For her to stop being a fan of a certain music band. And for those who don't know, the word fan comes from fanatic. Just with that, the person should stop and think, because a fanatic person is one who does not think. It's led by passion and stops reasoning. Whatever type of fanaticism, even the religious fanaticism, has nothing to do with God. So she said, I want to get close to God, but I cannot let go of this band. I like them so much. The singer, and I have everything from them, I follow them. In other words, she idolizes them. She has this band as an idol. her little God, to the point that she cannot develop her faith in God because of the music band. And some may say, this is just a teenager thing. No, it's not a teenager thing. Human being has a great tendency, even helped by the devil, to make God for themselves. I can speak about the fanatic about football teams who idolize their football team, who fight, kill for their team. Anyway, who leave the wife, children, work for the team. I can speak about football, idolatry, fake religions that have nothing to do with God, that lead people to develop a belief on stars, energy, on the sea, on anything that may sound like mystical. Even the devil should have a lot of pride by the saying that he created, always lead to God. Isn't that true? Isn't it beautiful to say that? The person who usually wants to show how much they respect all religions, they say, I respect always because always leads to God. This is a lie about religion and many other things. I only know one way to the city of São Paulo, to the city of Rio, which is one straight line that will lead me there. There's no way for me to take the other road that will lead me to the state of Santa Catarina or Paraná, because this saying of always lead to God makes no sense. Even Jesus said, I am the way, so there's no other way. He's not one of the ways, he is the way. So the devil creates these idols, gods, for what? To consume all the attention from the person. Because an idol is the one that usually occupies the first place in their mind and in their soul. It's the first. So once the idol becomes the first in the life of the person, it starts to consume their attention, time, energy, money, all that the person thinks about, it surrounds her center, their center, which is their idol. It can be a religious idol or an idol from this life. For men is money, and etc., and etc. An idol does not want to stop being first in your life. The gods of this world want your total devotion, your total attention. Because if you dedicate your life to me, let's suppose that I'm an idol. Let's suppose that I'm an idol. If you dedicate your life, your attention, energy, money, your time, your words, you dedicate all your life for me, you exalt me, you put me up there, I'm interested about it. If I was an idol, if I was a selfish person, desiring to grow by taking advantage of others, I would like you to idolize me. And there are many people who work to be idolized, even religious leaders. So you need to wake up to this action that is happening. Maybe controlling your life, thoughts, and actions. In whose interest is that people don't believe in God? Today we see governments who have certain ideologies that want to replace God. They are not interested that people believe in God. Why? Always, since the beginning, the church has been persecuted by governmental authorities, from the Roman Empire, the Jewish authorities who orchestrated, plotted to crucify Jesus. Since the beginning, many governments, certain governmental ideologies, see in the church an enemy. Why? What are they afraid of? They are afraid that Christians will not submit to the government leaders, because the Christians have already chosen a king for them. Wasn't that the accusation that Jesus received on the cross? That the Jews asked Jesus, if he was the king of the Jews. So they cast this accusation to Jesus, and Jesus said, my kingdom is not from this earth, it's not from this planet. A government should see the church as an enemy, that the church wants the power of this world, unless it's a church that is not from God, because a church from God knows that their power, their kingdom, is not from this world. So you see many governments banishing churches but allowing crime. You see governments shutting down churches but opening facilities for people to take drugs. You see governments arresting pastors but allowing criminals to go free. You see governments not allowing churches to spread the gospel on media, but you see them allowing news that destroy the society, spreading promiscuity, values that are anti-Christians, anti-family. So you see governments interested that you may not believe in God, but you should know something, just one thing. You choose in whom you will believe in. You choose who will occupy the first place in your life. And Jesus said, he who believes and is baptized will be saved. But he who does not believe will be condemned. His word is clear. There's a great war fight to steal your faith in God. But your faith is your choice and no one else's. Don't forget this.
Did you like this? Would you like to hear it again? Listen to it as many times as you need until this content becomes part of you. Don't forget to leave your like, comment, and share. See you next time.